All right. Jeff? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Do you have a microphone?
Yeah, my microphone is.
Why are you being so weird at the moment?
He's flustered because of the game.
Do you want some pizza, dude? You look kind of hungry.
No, I'm okay.
You want some of this sausage?
Should I get changed?
I
Dude,
can't
you
hear
haven't changed
you
yet?
You have to
You should have changed the whole time I was doing that bit,
I
dude.
was so invested in your bit.
in your
Oh,
story.
Oh,
Mike's not on you.
And his mic's not on.
You act like you don't hang out with him every day.
Dude, what is going on, dude? Are you scared because the baby's on the way or what?
Flustered
no, I'm
you.
good.
Do you want a beer to help you calm
You're
down?
being weird.
No, I'm alright.
No, you're being super weird.
I'm alright.
I bet you should go into labor tonight, dude.
Do you want some
It's today.
testosterone? Do you have your phone on just in case?
I don't want to have it on sound though.
But you're about to have a baby like any day. You should have a beeper. Like right now?
A peeper.
You should have a pager.
She is saying that she might go into labor tonight. She said she's still hurting from the laughing.
Yeah, she's hurting from the madness. Yeah.
All right. Well,
But seriously, is she having labor today or tomorrow?
no, she's been having contractions a
There you
lot
go.
lately.
He's
like,
learning
and they're
talking
getting
into
heavier
How far
and heavier.
apart?
It varies, but it's not the.
You know
one-
what shouldn't vary is the talking into a microphone. It
Yeah.
should be always just talking into a microphone.
Just doing so many things. All right.
All right.
Do we need to move the micro or the camera? The big one?
That's good enough.
All right. Story time with Jeff.
We're good.
I'm all over the place today, guys. So this story,
Where's the popcorn? We
this
need
one's
the popcorn.
called. Well, I was on the way out today to come over here, and I asked my wife. I said, "Should I tell a ghost story or should I tell the one about the vacuum kid?" And she says, "Put the vacuum kid on blast." So we're gonna tell the vacuum kid story today.
Kirby vacuums.
All right. One time at
Band camp?
no summer camp.
Oh,
Summer camp. Just the same thing, same shit, different.
Your family
areas.
was rich apparently.
different hole.
Yeah, same shit, different hole.
It's a vacuum.
It's a
gonna have-
vacuum.
You're gonna have to
You
key.
didn't
you're
know
gonna-
the
you're gonna-
suction of
No,
it.
you're gonna have to key that up later. So, this time around, we didn't have a whole lot of kids in the troop, so we had to be. Me and like two other kids got pinned on to an additional troop in Ventura, and these
Already homework.
were all like really strange kids. I don't know what was up with them, but they were all really kind of whack, just odd. I remember there was this one time.
Trevor.
Were their eyes black?
No,
Yeah.
no, they were not black-eyed
They all
kids,
wore hoodies.
but they were.
Was Trevor there?
Let's just say the woods.
Trevor Travis was there.
Honestly, he could fit in really well with the vacuum kid. I'm gonna say, but these kids were not
Suction.
built for the woods. I will say that. I remember one time this kid. He started carrying around all
knife.
these rocks. Halfway through the week, he was carrying around all these rocks, and we were like, "What's up with you, dude? Why are you carrying all these rocks to your tent?" He's like, "Dude, I got diamonds and redstone and shit." He was away from his computer for half of a week, and he was going crazy.
Yeah,
It was weird.
withdrawals.
So it's these kinds of kids. So me and my three friends from my scout troop, we set up
You had that
our
many friends?
tent. Yes.
Okay.
We set up our tent. We're sharing a tent, and we get everything situated inside. We're pretty far away from everybody else because we don't know anybody. And this group of kids comes over and builds their tent about to where Pam is from us. That close from our tent to theirs, and we're maybe like 30 feet away from everybody else. It sucks. So they build their tent and stuff, and then they go off running around in the woods. But this other kid is in the tent, and he's blowing up his air mattress with his vacuum. And we're just, me and the other kids from my troop were hanging out in the tent. We're telling stories and stuff like that. We're trying to figure out our game plan for the next couple of days, what we're going to be doing. And we start noticing that the vacuum's like going on and off. It's just going like. And we're thinking, what the fuck is going on over there? What is this? Is this like what is his power going out on his vacuum? What is
It's
going
called
on?
Good cues. That's what it's called. Yeah.
And we start hearing him. We start hearing him go.
What?
Keep going.
Dude.
Keep going. And then, like, I swear to God, dude, we heard him say blowjob in the middle of it. He's just like, oh, blowjob. Just like that. And we're, like, sitting there in our tent. We're like, what the?
He was
You sure they weren't
guy-
messing with you, dude?
No,
Trevor
it was
Travis,
this one
you-
kid by himself.
Definitely Trevor Travis.
This one kid by himself, and he was fucking the vacuum.
And he's talking to it like, oh,
yeah,
he's
he's
such a
talking
pretty
to himself
vacuum.
because
You've
he
got
didn't
such a
know we
cute
were
mouth.
in there. And we were like,
You suck
what the
so
fuck
good.
is going on?
Yeah.
And
Call you Hoover.
he just kept going and going, and we were like, "Should we say something? Should we like leave the? What are we? What?
Say
what,
something.
Like, what do we
Should I
do?"
help
You okay?
Should
You
I
tell
help him out? Yeah. Should I give him a reach
And
around?
we're about to leave the tent,
Don't
and
come.
one of the scout moms,
Scout moms.
yeah,
I was
one of the
hoping
scout
all the
moms.
time.
No,
Mom
no.
getting
Scout
in there.
moms are in the negative numbers. They are not hot.
Oh, they're
but
they're flipping.
because all of the kids are away from women for half of a week, those negative 18s turn
Turns
into a
into a
10.
positive 5.
And it's so weird seeing that mental breakdown.
You
It's weird.
Nosferatu-looking motherfucker.
Exactly. So this Nosferatu-looking motherfucker of a woman comes over to his tent, and she says, "Hey, I gotta blow
Yeah.
my air mattress. Can I borrow yours?" And you hear him like
That's what
going
happened.
around, just like oh. And I swear to God, Boy Scout pants, the green pants that we wear for Boy Scouts and stuff, the zippers are so fucking loud, and you hear that. You hear them like, and then the zip. And I'm like, oh my God, he was really like fucking himself with the vacuum. So he's like, yeah. One second. So he stops the vacuum and he opens up the zipper. And and he gives the vacuum to the lady, and she says, "Okay, I'll be right back." He's like, Do not come. For like the 20 minutes it takes that lady to blow up her air mattress, he's sitting in the tent, quiet. Not a single sound from him, nothing, no rustling, no nothing. The lady comes back, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much for letting me borrow the vacuum." And da-da-da-da-da. And he opens it up. He's like, "Okay, cool." And then as soon as the zipper goes,
Get it cued again.
he gets it going again. And he starts mumbling and moaning again. And we're thinking, what the fuck? He's going right back at it. And then we start to hear kids yelling from like down the road, and they're running, and they run straight to his tent. And they go grab the zipper and unzip it, and he grabs the whole tent, brings it down, and yells, "No." And they're like, "Well, what are you talking about? We're all sharing the tent." And he's like, No, I'm not ready yet. And he like zips it back up, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" And then he turns the vacuum up. You hear the zipper again, all the shuffling. He tosses the vacuum to the side of the tent. And then he says, "Okay, you guys can come in now." And then he unzips. They all go in, and I don't know what the fuck they were doing afterwards, but they were playing some intense D&D because they were making some wack-ass noises. But
The flip side of the story was actually Jeff. Yeah, it was Jeff that was doing the vacuuming.
the vacuuming? It was
Yeah.
me? No, please.
Poor
no.
guy.
How old were you?
How old
How old was I?
Yeah.
When I
Like this group.
are these children?
I don't know how old that kid was. What was his name?
Old enough to
Jeffrey
discover new
Jeffrey
kinks.
Travis is his name.
It
yeah.
was something close to that. It was like Philip or some
Philip.
weird age. It was a weird age.
definitely playing
Weird age. What, 22?
No, like an age.
Let's go camping, kids. I'm going to park my tent right next to you.
I don't know how old he was.
Check out my
He
vacuum.
was younger than
Check out
when
my
I
Pokemon.
was. When I was
He's
there.
called a Hoover. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird day.
So, is this the same troop that was trying to kill you for the peanut butter?
No, this was a different trip. This was one that was out of like downtown Ventura. I forget what number it was, but yeah, it was full of weird.
It
weird
was
kids.
number 69. Yeah.
No,
You spent a week next to these guys with their vacuum?
it was only that night because we didn't come back to the camp until like really late. We would just spend our time in the woods or the mess hall because these kids they were
Spending
not.
time in the
they were-
woods, trancing
With
around in the
vacuums.
woods.
No, we were just walking around in the
Creepy.
woods or
Yeah. Everybody shaking
Backpacking
hands and
stuff,
shit.
we would like rock
What's the
climb and stuff.
maritime badge for Hoover vacuums? Yeah, what badge do you get for that?
I
The
don't
suction
know.
badge. Yeah, the
Suction badge.
Well, apparently you can make your own badge, so you just get like a
I
Hoover.
did.
You
Yeah,
just
this
make a
badge.
vacuum. Yeah.
But anyhow, that's the time I encountered a guy who fucked a vacuum in the woods.
Well,
I knew
I didn't know that was a thing.
I knew a guy who was in the he went to our high school and like he went to the Boy Scouts too, and he said every time in summer camp like his favorite thing was that he would go and like suffocate himself and then have the people like
That's called autoerotic
like like bring him I don't know just because they're like Boy Scouts know how to do all that shit.
Oh, CPR,
and all
yeah.
that. So like he'd be like, yeah, it's really awesome because you just kind of like go out. And I'm like, dude, you doing this for fun?
Hold on,
Like,
what
are
is
you
he
kidding
doing?
me?
What? Yeah.
He's like suffocating himself
Like,
somehow.
how is the fucking... I thought you
Scoutmaster.
can't do that.
I don't know. He's
Dude.
like holding his breath for as long as he can, and then I want to say a vacuum was involved. That's why I remember the story because I feel like there was some type of like.
This guy was definitely jerking.
Do you know? Okay.
Well, if it's a vacuum, he was not jerking.
That's a
the
fake
vacuum's
story.
working.
Then it was that.
That
But
that kid's name was definitely McGillicuddy. Yeah.
I will tell you.
100% name, last name was McGillicuddy. Yeah.
I will tell you though.
10%, yeah.
That sounds like something a kid would do. Because dude,
And be careful, because Tim might pass out right now.
they
yeah.
get desperate as hell out in the woods.
So we get a vacuum for Tim
They
right
will
now.
do anything.
I think that's the thing. It's like... I'm going to faint one day. For sure. I almost fainted tonight by laughing. Shit, man. But
Well,
definitely that kid's... That's a fake story, I think.
That's a fake story.
That's the fake
No,
story.
all the stories that I say are 100% true.
Well, that's a good transition, Timothy. Yeah.